Hello, my darlings. Oops, sorry. Hello, my darlings. Hello, hello, hello. I hope everybody's okay. This is a very quick, very sharp Banksy style quickie. Just to simply share with you I just wanted to share it and also comment on it. That's why I didn't want to just share it. But this is a video that's circulating now. I will simply preface it by saying that Mexico is not happy with its American migrants. Mexico is complaining about Americans moving into Mexico. This is the state of affairs. Irony, thou it's your name. Yeah. So let's play this. By the way, this is full credit to the based Welshman. He posted this, and I am just simply passing on the message.
This is what some Mexicans are calling modern colonialism. The heavy influx of Americans moving to Mexico City to take advantage of lower living costs. Other locals are calling it gentrification, a plague, or even an invasion.
Wait!
Behind you!
Oh my god!
You're thinking of moving to Mexico City? Wow, one simple recommendation. .com. Gentrification is the name of the game.
Critics say the flood of Americans has caused an increase in the cost of basic necessities.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Now, if an American gets online and says a message to all South Americans, those of you from Cuba, Colombia, and Mexico, one message: don't come. What do you think he would be called? What do you think that person would be considered? What, a MAGA maniac? An ultra MAGA crazy seditionist, a January 6er, except when a Mexican says it, it's all good, right? It's all good when a Mexican says it, because Mexicans don't want Americans in Mexico, but somehow every South American is their God-given right to go into the United States illegally. By the way, that also works for Britain as well. I'm sure we'll get the Somalis and the Syrians complaining about too many English people being there. I'll be honest, I think the Spanish are already complaining that there are too many English in Costa del England. I'm just waiting for the Syrians and the Somalis to start complaining there are too many English people moving into Somalia. Somehow I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but I think since they're all coming over here, we should start to make plans to go over there. I mean, you do realize your pound will carry a lot of weight in Somalia, right? You could live a lavish lifestyle if you're not being macheted to death by some militant crazy man. But if you can avoid the macheting, I think you could live a very, very rich life using your pound in Somalia. I'm not entirely sure Syria is going to cut it, though. Syria may not be able to do much there. I don't know, actually. Maybe Syria, maybe Lebanon. I think there should be a massive outflux of Europeans to these nations and see how things go. Maybe we can Europeanize them a little bit. Maybe we can introduce them to some of our pork and beer. I mean, when I say our, I'm not even European. I'm actually Middle Eastern Europeanized. But yeah, the Europeans, you guys can maybe suggest some pork and beer. Bring the pork back to the Middle East, I say.
.com. Gentrification is the name of the game.
Critics say the flood of Americans has caused an increase in the cost of basic necessities for locals. Rent has more than doubled for some. This is not to mention that Mexico City residents already spend an average of 60% of their income on housing.
The same people moving are the same ones who complain when immigrants come to America.
Yes, they complain because they don't fucking want it. No, actually, the ones who complain are the ones who say that if Trump gets elected, I'm moving to Canada. None of them say I want to move to Mexico, though. I'm glad some of them are actually moving to Mexico, but most of them say I don't want to move to what's it called? I'm moving to Canada. Those are the ones who are complaining, actually, my dear. Not the other way around. The complainers are the ones who don't like MAGA.
And of course, natives are upset, as they should be.
Many Americans moving to Mexico City are working remotely and still getting paid in US dollars. Some locals have benefited from increasing tourism, but for many, that doesn't balance out rising costs and inflation. Mexicans are also fed up with Americans ignoring cultural and social norms. And some complain that in certain places, English is more common than Spanish. Local businesses are being...
Oh, really? Really? In some places, English is more common than Spanish. You know, when I went to Los Angeles, I wanted to buy a pair of Calvin Klein underwear, and I could not talk to the lady that was selling it because she only spoke Spanish, and she had to go get her daughter so that I could purchase them, and because I only spoke English. In Los Angeles, in LA, that's where I could not purchase clothing in English. So when an American complains why everybody speaks Spanish, then maybe you should give a sympathetic ear. Although California used to be Spanish historically, but in San Diego, it's practically Mexico, or practically South America. It's almost indistinguishable. So yeah, guess what? The Americans don't like it when nobody speaks English in their country. Guess what? The English in England don't like it when nobody speaks English in their country. Go in central London and talk to 10 people and see how many of them have English as their first language. I guarantee you won't find, it will be 10 out of 10 non-English speaking people, or first, their language, English won't be their first language. Go to Oxford Street, go to Trafalgar Square, go to Leicester Square. Ask 10 random people what's their first language, and I'll guarantee you won't find English. Out of 10 out of 10, you won't find English. That's London for you. And but you mentioned that you're a bigoted right-wing fucking fascist. But when the Mexicans say it, when Mexicans don't like it, when nobody speaks English, that's gentrification. That's colonialism. They're calling it fucking colonialism. That's the fucking thing that they're calling it. If Americans go to Mexico, it's colonialism. But when South Americans come to America, well, they're just poor migrants. We have to let them in. We have to share the wealth.
Forced to shut down places, English is more common than Spanish. Local businesses are being forced to shut down and replaced by cafes and Pilates studios.
People who live in Mexico City and people who work in Mexico City, including myself, we want to get a place, but it's really difficult because the prices are so high, and even with a good salary, it's very difficult. You're still bragging about how cheap it is and how it's not even like a quarter of your rent in LA, and it's messed up, right?
Fucking amazing. Amazing that the Mexicans are complaining about the Americans. You can't afford rent? Try London, mate. Try fucking London. You think you can't afford rent? With the kind of fuel price hikes that we're about to have, you can't afford to eat in London, let alone rent. So yeah, fun times, people. Well, anyway, this was a quick YouTube video because I literally have to get back. I've got literally minutes before my lunch break is up. In fact, my lunch break is up. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Remember, 8 o'clock tonight on the Speakers Corner Online channel. Me, Manny, will be doing our usual Wednesday podcast, 8 till 9. Join us if you want to hear more. I'll bring up this Mexico thing again, possibly there as well. So yeah, join us, 8 till 9, Speakers Corner Online, YouTube, Manny Cinder, Banksy Style podcast. I thank you.